In this video, we're going to talk about the 4 elements that will help you achieve cinematic visuals. Coming up! Welcome to this training video on how to create cinematic visuals. This video is catered to fitness entrepreneurs who use social media to promote their business, but the quality of visuals is not there. If that's you, then you're in the right place. But before we get started, what qualifies me to help you achieve cinematic visuals? My name is PH Daniel Sanchez. I'm an art director and creative entrepreneur. I worked 5 years for a sports memorabilia company called Photophile Inc. And here I used to create visuals for the top players in the major leagues and even design artworks for major events like the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, and so much more. This is where I learned all the best practices in the industry on personal branding. My clients also include MMA fighter Vinicius de Jesus, the Cathedral of Boxing Gleason's Gym. In addition, I come from a family of martial artists and personal trainers, and I help them on a regular basis to take care of their personal branding and level up their visuals so they can stand out from the crowd. And today I'm the art director at the Next Level Media, where I work with entrepreneur Raul Villasis, the CEO of the Next Level Experience, an elite coaching program for men entrepreneurs that generates over 7 figures a year through social media marketing. So in other words, this stuff works. So without further ado, let's talk about the 4 elements of cinematic visuals. Number 1, your camera sensor. A camera sensor is the number 1 factor that dictates the quality of your visuals. If you have a bigger sensor, the better the quality of your image that you will produce. And this is also why some cameras are more expensive than others. There are some camera sensors that could go as high as $20,000 to $30,000, and then you keep going down until we get to the lowest of the lowest, which is your iPhone, your latest smartphone, which supposedly has the latest technology. So congratulations, you own the worst camera in the market. This affects you when you are shooting in low light situations and you're gonna get a lot of noise. The only area that they have improved is in software. This is why you can see some improvement in the quality of the video, but it's not because of the sensor or the lenses, it's because of the software, so that's an area that I give them credit. But here's the craziest part, the latest smartphone out there in the market could cost anywhere around $1,000, but the reality is that the camera is only worth less than $50. This is really sad, but it's true. Actually, an article came out a few years ago where they pointed out this fact that the camera on the iPhone is actually worth less than $30. So now that this piece of junk is out of the equation, here is what I recommend. Go ahead and download my free PDF with my gear checklist with the 3 starter packs, going from more affordable to the high end, depending how much resources you want to invest. For this training video, I will use kit number 2, which is what I recommended to my brother Francisco. He's a personal trainer and the founder of Samurai FT, martial arts fitness system, and it's the most well-rounded setup. One of the things that you're going to realize when you download this kit is that I only work with Sony, and I only recommend Sony to my clients, and here's why. The reason why Sony is because they innovated like any other brand out there. Why not Canon or Nikon? I actually did a video a few months ago. If you're interested, I'm gonna leave the link below. But the things that you need to know about these cameras is that they're very small, but they pack so much power. The quality of the visuals are amazing. They have really good video features, and as you know, as a content creator, video content is a priority. The sensors on this camera perform really well on low light situations, so if you have to go shooting at night, then you're not gonna lose as much quality and you're going to be able to get really good quality photographs and video. Number 2, camera lenses. Have you ever wondered how Hollywood films produce these really high quality visuals, sharper images, and with the really nice backgrounds out of focus? Well, this is caused by the lenses. The iPhone actually introduced a feature called the portrait mode, which simulates this process by doing it by software. They actually take one picture and then blur everything else in the background. But keep in mind that they do this by software. In reality, this is never gonna be as good as owning a good quality lens. In the PDF, I included 2 of my favorite lenses, the 50mm and the 85mm. I actually recorded a video about the 85mm, which is my favorite lens because I use it for headshot photography and I use it for portraits, and I actually use it in several scenarios, but depending on your budget, maybe the 50mm will be the best way to go. So far, if you got these two elements right, you are ahead of the game to create cinematic visuals. Number 3, good lighting. Photography means painting with light. So if you don't have good quality light, then your visuals are going to suck. That's plain simple, that's what it is. The best photographers out there have mastered this craft. They are really good at crafting the best light so they get the best quality visuals. For this video, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm just gonna give you a couple of tips to get you started so you can get decent quality visuals without any expensive equipment and just in natural light. So what is considered good lighting? Here's what you need to know. Direct lighting is bad. Diffuse lighting is good. Direct lighting will result in hot spots and hard-defined shadows, washed out colors, blown out and lost details, getting you a bad quality picture. On the other hand, we have diffuse lighting. You will have no hot spots, pleasing and flattering transition between the shadows, a wide range of colors. You will achieve a more flattering look with more details out of your photograph, and this is how you achieve the best results. So now that you know what is considered good lighting and bad lighting, how do you take advantage of this? Try to avoid shooting when you have sunny days and during the middle of the day. Also, do not shoot with the pop-up flash that is included in your camera. Actually, when you buy a professional camera, they don't even include the pop-up flash because we know it's useless. And now let's talk about how to take advantage of good lighting. The old masters, painters of the Renaissance, they used to work with window light. That's what they had available, but it was amazing quality light. That's still true today. People, instead of working with window light, they use softboxes, which is what I'm using to record this video. I have two softboxes that help me diffuse the light and get really nice and soft transitions, and it just makes a more pleasing quality light. You can achieve the same actually by going outdoors during an overcast day. When you're shooting overcast day, the clouds is actually covering the sun and giving you a nice curtain of diffused light. This will help you to avoid any hard shadows caused by the sun, and it will basically simulate like the same style of photography as if you were shooting in a photography studio. This is what they also do in Hollywood films. They actually have giant softboxes close to the subject so they can get a better quality picture. Try to prioritize going shooting during overcast days and golden hour. Golden hour happens 1 hour before sunset and 1 hour after sunrise. If you go out shooting during these times of the day, you're gonna achieve really good quality visuals, and these rules apply even if you are shooting with your cell phone. If you go shooting at night, try to find a light source. As I said, photography means painting with light, so if there's no light, there won't be photography. So if you go shoot at night, try to find a location where you have some sort of strobe lights or some sort of lights that will help you to get the right exposure. And number 4, good editing. So in this entire video, we've been talking about the cinematic look. So if you're wondering how they do it in Hollywood films, well, they do it by creating color contrast. So they create color contrast by manipulating the colors in post-production. They have a common trend in all Hollywood films. They call this the blockbuster look, or they also call it the teal orange look. These two colors complement each other. They push the skin tones colors towards orange in order to make the skin tones pop out from the background, and they push the shadows towards teal in order to make color contrast between the two. This will help the subject to stand out from the background, and this is a common trend along most popular films out there in Hollywood. Color correcting and color grading could take a while and a lot of practice. That's why I created my very own set of presets that allow me to do this by just one click. These presets are available in my store for $9.77, but just because you're here, I'm gonna give you another 25% off when you apply the coupon PH25 during checkout. So that's it for this video training. These tips will put you in the right track in order to get the best quality visuals and stand out from the crowd. So before I let you go, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel in order for you to take your visuals to the next level. If you found these tips useful, I encourage you to share this with your fitness entrepreneur friends. This is PH Daniel Sanchez, and I'll see you next time.